Alex was embarrassed. He didn't think I'd be back for a while, but I told him it was okay since I was embarrassed too. I felt bad for being as disgusted as I was, since there's no good reason for me to have a reaction like that. I thought maybe they just caught me by surprise, and that's why I reacted so strongly, but it turned out it wasn't a one-time thing. After that, every time he has a guy over I just start feeling like crap and wishing that guy would leave, and I can't stop thinking about what these guys might have done to him even though I don't want to imagine that. It makes me really uncomfortable and grossed out. And these are just guys he fools around with. I don't know what I'd do if he ends up getting an actual boyfriend. Alex has started to notice, and it's affecting our friendship. The other day I came home right when some guy was about to leave, and the guy tried to be polite to me, but I ended up being rude to him. When the guy left, Alex asked me why I was being a douche. I didn't know what to say, but then he asked if I had a problem with him sleeping with other guys. I said no. For some reason, that pissed him off more, and he said I can't complain since I used to bring girls over, and he was forced to see me being affectionate with them. I agreed with him and told him I was just having a bad day and I don't care who he sleeps with, but he looked more upset and told me he's going to a friend's place to cool off. I said okay. When he was leaving, for some reason he casually said, "And you'll be okay if I sleep with him as long as I do at his place and not ours, right?" Or something like that. I told him it's none of my business what he does at someone else's place, but when he said that, I felt sick to my stomach and couldn't stop thinking about it. He didn't show up later that night even though he was supposed to hang out with me and my sister. He's never blown me off before, and it made me feel like crap, but part of it was my fault since I made him feel like I was judging him for sleeping with guys. Now he's acting like nothing happened, but I'm worried I might mess things up if it happens again. I want to keep him as a friend, but he'd be hurt if he knew that whenever I think about him with other guys, it disgusts me. How do I deal with this? I've never been homophobic, but I've suddenly developed some kind of homophobia where just the idea of my roommate's intimate life makes me uncomfortable. And I don't react like this to other gay people either. It's just Alex. I don't know if this means I'm only okay with gay people as long as I'm not living with them or what. Does anyone else have experience with this? I want to get over myself and stop whatever this is, but if I can't, I'm going to have to leave since the last thing I want to do is hurt Alex, and if I stay here and keep automatically judging him for his lifestyle, that's what's going to happen. Update 1. The day I made the post, I met up with my sister Laura, 24F, and I showed her the post. She read the whole thing and called me an oblivious walnut and said it sounds like I have a crush on Alex, the same conclusion some of you came to in the original post. Anyway, she talked me through it, and we confirmed I'm not as straight as I thought I was. She also pointed out something in my original post, where I said the more I tried to reassure him I didn't mind who he slept with, the more he got upset. Also, how he brought my old relationships into it. I just thought he was understandably mad with me for being a douche, but Laura thought it sounded like maybe Alex wanted me to be jealous. We moved on from that topic pretty quickly, though, since I couldn't really handle the implications of that when I just started to understand that I like this guy. The next few days were mostly me sitting on my bed trying to wrap my head around everything. I was scared of messing up our friendship and losing him, but I was even more scared that I might just let this pass without saying anything, and then he gets a boyfriend, and I have to see him with another guy. Because if that happened I would probably have to end it anyway, since as we've established, I'm not great at dealing with him being with other guys. Probably could have planned it better, but I told him. Right after a Tarantino marathon, if anyone's interested, since nothing says romance like graphic violence. I told him I'd been such a douche because I was jealous. I don't think he got what I was getting at because he just laughed a little and said I didn't have to be jealous since it wasn't like I'd have any trouble finding people to sleep with me. No clue how I explained, it's a blur. Luckily he saw how nervous I was, so he knew I was serious. We talked. Long story short, all that flirting was real, but Alex didn't have any hope of it going further because of me being an oblivious straight guy. So he's been trying to get over me. He laughed really hard when I told him about how I mistook my jealousy for homophobia, and he teased me by saying he'd never expected me to be the jealous type. Then again, we both ended up laughing a lot out of nervousness and awkwardness. I've never seen him like that before since he's usually pretty confident. In the end, we agreed to maybe try something out, and we kissed. Never kissed anyone with a beard before, so it was an interesting experience, but also really good. I'm a little worried about coming out to my family and my other friends, especially since this is almost as new for me as it would be for them. My parents are very open-minded, and my mom especially loves Alex. But I have some more conservative family members on my dad's side, and I can already imagine them blaming Alex for turning me gay. They can also be pretty racist. Laura's boyfriend is Latino so she knows all about that, and Alex is mixed. I guess it's something to think about in the long term. Alex has said he doesn't expect me to jump out of the closet right away, but if we end up calling ourselves a couple, then I'm not going to keep him a secret or anything. So we're trying. And I am not a homophobe, and nobody needed therapy. Honestly, I can't remember the last time I was this happy, and I never would have expected this when I made that first post. It's a good thing some of you picked up on the actual problem and tried to get it through to me despite me being an oblivious walnut, so thanks guys.